Welcome to the second episode of Point Facts and Glitches. Let's get to it. In this episode, we're covering the second fact, wave counting. And yes, I know I made a video covering this before, but that video was outdated because the wave system changed a bit. So I recommend you watch this video for the newest wave system info. Wave counting is a game-based strategy where you count the enemies you eliminate in a wave, so you can perfectly time a wave break. This makes it easier to complete objectives in loud, especially the objectives that require you to be in the open, or objectives that require you to interact with them for a long period of time. It's also necessary in advanced challenge ones like no armor or no medkit. I will now explain different parts you have to know about wave mechanics in general. Feel free to skip to any part using the video chapter feature. Instead of enemies spawning non-stop, there are waves. In a wave, there is a set amount of enemies who will consistently spawn until none in the wave are left. Between each wave, there is a delay called wave break. Wave break is a period of time where enemies regroup and strategize before sending another wave in. This means no new enemies will spawn in, allowing you to do objectives or prepare for another wave. Note that wave break does not stop sniper units from spawning. The goal of wave counting is to perfectly time the wave break. This can be achieved by counting the enemies you eliminate in a wave. The amount of enemies you have to eliminate depends on the difficulty and the enemy faction type. You only have to eliminate normal units and shield units. Aegis units and sniper units both don't count towards the wave. Difficulty affects wave counting. The higher the difficulty, the more enemy squads you have to eliminate. On Rookie and Professional, there are a total of 6 squads in a wave. On Elite and Legend, there are a total of 10 squads in a wave. On Operative, it's a bit unique because there are 6 squads in the first wave and 10 squads in the rest of the waves. Enemy faction type also affect wave counting. For SWAT, TRU, and ETF, there are 3 units per squad. However, for Steel Cove and Halcyon, there are 4 units per squad. Multiply the value with the difficulty one and you get the total number of enemies in a wave. Now to correctly time the wave break. The wave break doesn't start when all of them are eliminated. Instead, it starts when you eliminate most of them except for the last 3 units. If there's 30 in a wave, the wave break starts at 27 eliminated. If there's 40 in a wave, the wave break starts at 37 eliminated. Important note for the withdrawal. If you didn't do the cop strat, the wave break starts at 23 eliminated. This means it is recommended to do the cop strat. I will put the info card at the top right of the video so you can learn how to do the cop strat. Once you get the wave break, it's also good to know how long they last for so you don't stay in the open while they spawn in. For SWAT, TRU, and ETF, the wave break is around 28 seconds long. For Steel Cove and Halcyon, the wave break is around 14 seconds long. Your brain is starting to overload? Don't worry. You don't exactly need to know about this, since it's mostly for Iron Man or challenge ones. You can always do the rush tactic, and it will work. Oh, never mind. Thank you very much for watching. Join me next time when we're covering the next Facts and Glitches episode. Until then, farewell.